Nandanam Bande Radhika Charanadvayam Gopi Jana Samayuktam Brindavana Manoharam Vajami Radham Madhavindanatram Smarami Radham Madhudasmitasyam Vadami Radham Kurunabadaram Tato Manojastikatena Kapi Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. First of all, I offer pranams thousands of times at the lotus feet of our spiritual master, Om Vishnupad Vedanti Swami Sibhaktivedant Narayan Goswami Maharaj, our Rupanuga Guru Varga, all devotees. Thank you for coming. So, who could think in the middle of nowhere, so many people come for kirtan? So, many people bewildered, confused, not sure. What is the position of Lord Shiva? What relationship he has with Krishna? No. Are they the same or are they different? No. So, today we'll try to explain these things. So, what's the relation between the material world here and the spiritual world? Okay, just wait. This way.
So
Don't go.
it's important. It's really important.
Cannot be that important.
Yeah, it's one person read my space and maybe have a problem.
Not important.
Yes.
What is the relationship between this material world that we see, that we experience, and the spiritual world, which we have no experience of? All religions accept the abode of the Supreme Lord. Only it's called different names. In Islam, they call Jinnah, paradise. Christianity, heaven. But the Vedic languages also have many names for that divine, the spiritual world. We have so many universities teaching so many branches of knowledge about this world. Geology, astronomy, chemistry, physics, history, languages. Social organization. So many people researching this world. And many people think that is everything. But we should know this material world is not the only world. There is also a spiritual world. Of course, very hard to find knowledge about that, but it's there in the Vedas. That supreme abode is called Param Vyom. Some call it Param Vyom. Vyom means all-pervading. So Param Vyom, the all-pervading abode. Param Vyom also means the spiritual sky. Brahmadam, the abode of Bhagavan. Vaikuntha, the place of no anxiety. Vaikuntha. Golok, planet of the cows. Golok Vrindavan. So, the soul actually not belongs in this material world because soul is spiritual and this world is material. So we are like, this material world is like a hotel. Right? Now we're staying in this room a few days. Should I start changing the carpet, painting the walls? That is foolish because in 2 or 3 days we have to move on. So we should not think this material world is our permanent home. We do not belong here actually. All here are like refugees. So our mission should be to go back home. Back home. We have never been there, but that's our home. So I want to talk today about the relationship between the spiritual world and the material world, and where the soul belongs. So first we'll describe the spiritual world because that is the main. Of course, many people hearing for first time So, Lord Brahma, he's the first person to receive the Vedic knowledge. No? Brahma is a position. Everyone know about Lord Brahma? Everyone heard of Lord Brahma?
Yes.
Timo, you don't know? Okay. So, every universe, God is too. Let me put it this way. Bill Gates is not cleaning the toilets in Microsoft. Won't even be in the office. He should be in the Bahamas playing golf. The boss, the controller, means Krishna. So he has better things to do than creation, or maintaining, or destroying. So therefore he gives this power to Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Brahma performs the function of secondary creation. Like I give Sachi some hundreds of Lego pieces. And from that Lego pieces, he constructs buildings, cows, farms, factories. So Krishna's material energy, Maya Shakti, she produces the Lego pieces. And Lord Brahma is the person who each universe, he constructs all types, 8,400,000 different species, the directions, all rivers, oceans, different planets, the abodes of the demigods, the abodes of the demons, the abodes of the humans. This is all created by Brahma. But first, when he entered the universe, there was nothing. So he was confused. Who am I? This world, where did it come from? What is my duty? So he heard a voice, tapa, tapa. Tapa means do austerity. So he thought, who is that person who is telling me to do austerity? I will find him. So Brahma began meditation for thousands of celestial years. Then after a long time, Krishna appeared before him. So what Brahmaji saw in his samadhi, in his meditation, he spoke that time 100 chapters, that is Brahma Samhita. This is one of the main parts of Rig Veda, first Veda. So there he described what he saw. Chintamani prakara sadmata kalpavriksha. Laksavitasa surabhi avipalayantim lakshmi sahasra sata sambrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. He saw the spiritual world, the spiritual sky. The place, one having gone there, one never returns to this world. So what did he see? There he saw the Supreme Personality, the Supreme Person. So we believe God is a person. We are persons. Even a dog is one type of person, personality. One dog is different from another dog. Everyone have unique and individual personality. That personality is eternal. That is the real person, the Atman, the soul. So he saw the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Personality. How was it? Kandarbakoti kaman venam kovantam aravindam dalaya taksham barhavitams asatambada sundarang kandarbakoti kamani vishesha sobam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. He saw the Supreme Personality, the omniscient personality, the all-pervading person. Right? God. More handsome than millions of cupids. Venu Kuvantam Aravinda. On his lips was one flute. On his hands he had many jewelries, many bangles. So his complexion was dark like a rain cloud. Venu Kuvantam Aravinda. His eyes were very long like lotus. Kamalaya Taksha. So he had peacock feather in his hair. Even his speech was like a song. His walk was like a dance. And he was surrounded by millions and millions of goddesses of fortune. Lakshmi Sahasrasat. All these goddesses of fortune, gopis, they were fulfilling all his desires, serving him. So Brahmaji saw all these things. So, the spiritual world we don't know too much because maybe we're hearing for the first time. There is no time there. Time is only here in the material world. There is no time, there is no creation. Everything there is like Krishna, same. Sachidananda, the trees, rivers, mountains, people, cows, birds, the grass, the dirt. Everything was same as Krishna, eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss. Not like this world. This chair is dead, unconscious. But in the spiritual world, everything is fully conscious, full knowledge is there. So, he also saw, Krishna means not alone. Krishna means with his energy. Like the sun cannot be without sunshine, impossible. Incense cannot be without fragrance, impossible. Fire cannot be without light and heat. In the same way, God cannot be without his energy. So as Krishna is supremely handsome, all attractive with an eternal spiritual form, his energy, her name is Radha, Radha, like Prabhu was saying, who comes from the left side of Krishna's body. Ra means left side. Who manifests from the left side of Krishna's body, her name is Radhika. Guru Maharaj would say, like, heart is always on the left side, so Radhika always on his left side. Sit, come on. You can sit just there. And how is she Ananda Chinmarasa Pratithata Vithabaj Eva Nijurupata Kala Bihigaloka Eva Nivasate Akilamatma Bhuto Govindamari Purusham Tamahambaja. What she is made out of? She is made out of pure ecstasy, Ananda. That is called Valadini Shakti. That potency which gives happiness to Krishna and gives happiness to everyone. You can sit there if you want. You can sit there. Valadini Shakti or Radha. They're always together. She also, like Krishna, fully spiritual. Pratipada Padi, like a reflection. But this is not good language because reflection is opposite. But she is not opposite in Krishna, she is same. But opposite in the sense, Krishna is the supreme male, the supreme Purush, and she is the supreme Prakriti, the supreme potency, the supreme feminine. In simple language, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, she is the supreme enjoyed. Beautiful thing. They're always together. That Radhika, she have millions of expansions. She thinks, I want to give Krishna unlimited happiness. So she expands herself in millions and millions of forms. That is the other gopis. All devotees in the spiritual world, these are all like her own expansions from her own self. Radharani, she possesses all qualities. Like what we see in this world, women or something. All this, all divine, 64 arts. She is expert in everything. There are 64 arts in the Vedas. Music, dancing, what else? Cooking. Don't forget cooking. Even serving, this is one art. How to serve perfectly, this is one art. Poetry, sweet speech, joking words, music, decorations. The Vedas describe these 64 artistic abilities, all situated in her. So Krishna means with Radhika. We cannot have separately. Kevala Madhav Pujasura Gyani Radha Anadar Kodi Abhimani, who only worship Krishna and neglect his energy, neglect Radhika. They're like a person who wants the sun, the moon, without the moonlight. That is impossible. So Kevala Madhav Pujasura Gyani, those who only worship Krishna, but not give respect to Radharani. When Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Kodi Abhimani, they're just false ego. We don't want to see their face, we don't want to hear their names. But this is all a little bit strange for people because if you read the Quran or the Bible or the Torah, there's no description of the spiritual world at all. What is God doing in the spiritual world? You can read the Bible 100 times, no information. The Vedas also, this information is there, but very hard to find. Like butter is in milk, but you cannot see, but it's there. You churn that milk, and then butter comes out. So that spiritual world, there is no creation, no beginning, no time, but everything there is fully existent, fully spiritual. Everything exists there for the happiness of Krishna. Everything. The trees, the grass, the rivers, everything. What to speak of the humans, the gopis and gopis. Therefore, in the spiritual world, there is no envy, because everyone working for the same thing, Krishna's happiness. So that is the spiritual world. And the opposite of that, Pisco.
Pisak.
What is the opposite of the spiritual world? That is this material world. The fully exact opposite. In the spiritual world, there is no time here. Everyone and everything controlled by the time factor. Stop time. You cannot. Everyone carried by that. Don't become old. You cannot stop. So in this world, everything has beginning. Everything has a cause. Everything controlled by time. Here, everything is material. The earth, the water, the trees, everything. Everything is temporary. Every second, there's a pralaya. Every second, what's a pralaya in English? Destruction. Every second, there's a destruction. Every second, there's a change, a parivartan. Every moment, there's a change, a degradation. Every second. So what is the relation between that material world and this the spiritual world and this material world? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives very sweet and very simple explanation. Krishna talks about the upside down tree. What's your name again?
Dan.
Down. Right. Have you ever seen an upside down tree?
Like just outside?
Anywhere.
Like just hanging out upside down or just like knocked over?
Upside down tree.
Then no.
But if you look in the reflection, if you look at a tree and the tree's on the bank of a river, you can see a reflection. So this world, the reflection of the spiritual world. Everything have a cause. Why trees are like that? Why rivers are like this? Why mountains are like that? What's the cause? The cause is the original, and this is the reflection. Like, the original is my hand and the reflection on the wall, but the reflection also have 5 fingers, but opposite. Understand? So now, we are all in the material world. Here, everything is temporary. Everything here is full of ignorance. And everything here is suffering, or mixed happiness. And what's the opposite of that? The spiritual world, Satchidananda, eternal and full of knowledge and bliss. In this material world, the fully opposite. Temporary, full of ignorance and suffering. So, how do we get here? So the Upanishads give some explanation. Of course, to fully understand these things, we have to sit and hear from liberated soul, from Vaishnava, from devotee. Just like in the reflection and the original, there's a line. Right? Between the bank of the river and the water, right, there's a line. It's not water, it's not land. It's like, if you can imagine such a place. That place is called Tatastha. So between the material world and the spiritual world, the scriptures give us some understanding. There's a line, a demarcation, which is like a river. Exactly. It's called Viraj. The Viraj means no Raj, no attachment. So between the material world and the spiritual world is one. It's not a place, it's a line of consciousness. So the scriptures describe that like a river. And in that river is a fish, many fish. So like a fish in a river, for some reason, it may go to the right side of the bank. And for some reason, the fish may go to the left side of the bank. But fish can see both sides of the bank. In the same way, the soul, where does the soul come from? The soul comes from that place. Why? Because the soul, like a fish, can go this side or that side. The soul can live in the material world, or the soul can live in the spiritual world. So, in the spiritual world, that is controlled by Radha Krishna. Right? Because Krishna had no contact with material nature. So his spiritual energy is like that. So Krishna's reflection in this world is Shiva and Shakti. What you call Shiva and Durga. They are the reflection of the divine coming. Another example given in the same Brahma Samhita. Who is Shiva? Shiva is like a transformation of Krishna. Like milk. If you add something to milk, milk transforms into a completely different substance. That is yogurt. Milk can become yogurt, but yogurt cannot become milk. Yeah? There's a difference. So I'm using material language, but if you add material nature to Krishna, when Krishna contacts the material nature, that transformation is called Shiva. As Krishna has his spiritual potency, Radha, Shiva has his material potency called Durga. Everyone heard of Durga? Mm-hmm. Everyone's right? Durga means the prison house. Durga means the prison house. So we are now, as Krishna's abode is called Vaikuntha Dham, the spiritual world. This material world is called Durga Dham. Durga means prison house. Who's in the prison house? Alex?
We are.
The prisoners. The criminals. Huh? We deserve it. So today is the relation between Radha, Krishna, and Shiv and Shakti, Shiv and Parvati, Shiv and Durga. She has so many names. The material energy has so many names. But the energy is one, the energy is not two. Prabhupada gives a nice example. Electricity is one. You put electricity in the air conditioner, it becomes cold. You put electricity in the heater, it becomes hot. So for the souls, the fish, who look towards Krishna, who are inclined to Krishna's service, right? Just like a fish can go and look at that side. Some souls inclined towards Krishna's service, inclined towards spiritual life. They look and they go there. And sometimes the fish look to the other side. So that is called Bahirmukh. When the soul has a mood of service to Krishna, like now we're speaking all this stuff, some people in the audience are thinking, God, I'm so sorry I came here. This is so boring. This is crazy. People in the audience are thinking, why I came here, this was a big mistake. And some people are thinking, this is very wonderful. Because I have too much interest, too much taste. So some soul, when the soul has a mood of service to Krishna, yes, I will serve him, I will give him happiness. That is my true position as a servant, as a loving servant, not like some slave. So when the soul looks towards Krishna, then Krishna is like the spiritual sun. So when you look at the sun, there's no darkness. Krishna surja sama haya maya andaka jaha Krishna tahi maya nahi adhika. Maya means shadow. Maya means which can be measured. This world is measured. This world is called Maya because everything can be measured. How old are you? Don't answer. How many kilos are you? How tall are you? Which type of family you're born into? Rich or poor? Are you? In this world, everything can be measured. In the spiritual world, everything is immeasurable, eternal, unlimited. So when the soul looks towards Krishna, Krishna is like the sun. That time, illusion have no influence. Like when you look in the sun, there's no shadow. But as soon as you turn away from the shadow, what happens? What's the first thing you see? Darkness. So when the soul turns away from Krishna's service, immediately Maya, the illusory potency, the illusory energy, Durga, she covers the soul with Sattva gun, Rajagun, and Tamagun. Have you heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Sattvagun, Rajagun, and Tamagun. And all souls in the material world captured by this. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what is that? Mayamitam tadantite. Krishna says, what is that one? Huh? Devi hi asagunamai mama maya doratya mamevam ye papadyante mayamitam tadantite. Thank you. Devi hi asagunamai. Gunamai means the three modes of nature, goodness, passion, and good. Devi hi asaguna mama maya doratya. This maya, this illusory potency, Krishna says, is my energy. There can be no sun, there can be no shadow without the sun. So this is, the shadow is the potency, one potency of the sun. So Krishna said, this is illusory energy, Maya. Krishna said, this is my Maya, my potency, my illusory energy. Durataya means very powerful. She binds the souls who have turned away from Krishna. So, Gurudev's Gurudev. He said, the errant souls, the criminals, beaten on the anvil of material nature. Chunk, chunk. Like the blacksmith, he puts a piece of iron into the fire, becomes hot, then chunk, chunk. So on the anvil of material nature, beaten by the three modes, the souls in this world get rectification. Of course, this is sounding very Catholic. But we believe punishment is also one affection. Those of you who have children maybe understand, no? Child is doing something wrong, the mother punishes, but not out of envy. Punishment is for good of the child. So Maya, she's known as mother. Mahadurga. So punishment of the souls in this world is not some form of envy or cruelty. No, this is affection to rectify them. No? So as long as the soul is caught by Maya, then Sattvagun is there sometimes. Under the influence of Sattvagun, the soul changes material body, becomes a demigod. Under the influence of ignorance, Tamagun, the soul goes to the lower species of life, like plants, pescado, fish, bird, four-legged animals, insect, worm, and germ. By ignorance, one is degraded. By Sattvagun, one is promoted to the celestial realms. And if one is in too much passion, then again and again take human form. So this constant rotation of the soul from up through the different 8,400,000 different species of life, blinded by the ignorance of the three modes of nature, this is called material existence or samsara. And what's the soul trying to do in this world? Forget Krishna. So this is a world of forgetfulness. So this Krishna has given all souls some independence, some freedom. Misuse of that freedom means one can choose to serve Krishna, one can choose not to serve Krishna. So misuse of free will is the cause of the soul's incarceration in this material world. Actually, very beautiful thing I heard Bhakti Rakshak said. Mahatma Gandhi was fighting for independence of India. So he said to the British, we want independence. And the British, what did they say? You cannot, you will make a mistake. And Mahatma Gandhi said a great thing. We want the freedom to make mistakes. In the same way, Krishna has given a little tiny bit of independence to each soul. When the independence is used to serve Krishna, that gives liberation. One goes to the spiritual world. And when one chooses not to serve Krishna, then one is captured by the three modes of nature and comes to the material world. Right? And then suffers. Kabudeva, Kabudaita, Kabudasa Prabhu. Sometimes we become demigods. We have been Jupiter, we have been Mars, we have been Saturn, we have been King of Heaven, we have been this demigod, we have been here, and there's no place we have not been. So sometimes demon, sometimes demigod, sometimes human being, sometimes insect, sometimes germ, sometimes human. Kabuduki, Kabusuki, Kabudasa Prabhu, sometimes a master, a king, sometimes a slave, sometimes a man, sometimes a woman, sometimes happy, sometimes sad. Birth, death, old age, disease. Shankaracharya said, Purnapi Janano, Purnapi Marano, Purnani Jaina Jatanu Sayana. Again and again birth, again and again the womb of the mother, again and again old age, again and again death. So until the soul has not, and by this suffering, especially human, only human can understand I'm suffering. Animal, this is normal. So only human being can develop discrimination. Only human knows right from wrong. Only human knows the difference between what is temporary and what is eternal. What is happiness, what is distress. What is purifying, what is degrading. Human knows this. So human being is the chance to develop spiritual life. This lecture, dog is in the lecture, but he cannot understand. But human being have vivek, human being have discriminatory power. Only human being can control mind and senses. Only human being can practice spiritual life. So eating, sleeping, and making babies, this is all species of life. Even a worm has a girlfriend. Even dog has a girlfriend. Even an insect has a home. Sleeping, eating, mating, and defending. So human being is a chance to escape from this cycle of birth and death. So the scriptures describe Nidaya Madhyam Sulabam Sudulabam Plavam Sukalpam Gurukana Daram Mayanukule Nasvits Pumsam Natadets Atman. Human form of life is like a boat, to cross the ocean of birth and death. But because we have no proper guru, no guide, we don't know where we're going. We're just moving in circles or sometimes on the rocks. So we need proper guru. Guru Kanada. Guru who catches the ear. Gurudev would say, how? Hey, idiot, what are you doing? And Guru Kanada means giving good instruction. Do like this. So, and also the boat needs some wind, appropriate spiritual practice. So we have the human form, but we need proper guidance. We need proper spiritual practice, which is like wind. Then we can reach our boat. Any questions so far? What's your name with a hat, sir?
Ryan.
Ryan. Where are you from?
I've been living here for a while. I'm from California.
You're vegetarian?
No.
Brian. Eat meat, don't mind if I say this is tamagu and ignorance. You're giving pain and suffering just for your pleasure, then you will have to suffer in this life and the next life. So try to avoid that. Okay. So, what relation does this have with kirtan?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
It's interesting that you talk about the shadow and this comparison. You talk about you turn like here and already you are in the dark. Also, life in the temple for so many time. We have a guru, and I know something also about the knowledge, but the thing is like this. But also I see in the temple, out the temple, and in all the relations and the movements, the spiritual movements and practice and things to visit, it's like so many of the people to go into practice don't want to see their own shadow. And I understand something like if you don't see your own shadow and your own mistakes and tricks you make to your own process, in that way you can be in the light, but it's something like mistake to or something to don't match to you going deeper in the light and continue to be with Krishna or the way.
That's why I need guru, no?
Yeah.
Guru.
But the people also don't want to see the shadow. I see people to have a guru, but also don't want to see their own shadow, their own mistakes. Maybe before to be a devotee, you create a lot of mistakes, but you don't want to accept it.
Can't
How
change
you
the
recommend
past.
it in that way?
I can't think of anything to say. True. So, the soul has some choice, some free will.
Yeah.
To go here or to go there. So after coming to this world and going through so many millions of species, millions of births, then a fortunate soul develops some, what's the word? Some self-introspection. Why am I suffering? I don't want to suffer. Who am I? Why am I suffering? I do not want to suffer, but I am forced to accept it. How can I become free from this? So the soul begins to inquire. And Supreme Lord, Krishna, he also is in the heart of everyone. So he knows what we want. So some fortunate soul prays, oh God, help me. Then Krishna helps also. How? He gets a chance to hear these Vedic scriptures, these Vedic teachings. By this way one can become rectified. Instead of one's vision going out to this world and to this body, one's vision goes again towards Krishna. So the soul, well, like if you sprinkle mustard seeds on a knife edge, the mustard seed cannot remain in a neutral position. It must go there. It must go there. So even those who are seeking, don't let the child play with the cartels. Thank you.
Si es que se desafinan con el piso, ya no suena igual.
No, it's okay. Makes too much noise. So, this neutral position between the material world and the spiritual world, this is called mukti, or called liberation. So I know people have too much interest in liberation. That liberation also have many names: nirvana mukti, kaivalya mukti, many, many names. Merging their existence. But this is like a neutral position, like Buddhism. Nirvana means a state of neutrality. Right? You always see Buddha like that. It means no attachment, no desire. But that neutral place is not the home of the soul. No. Because that still is not service to Krishna. So very confidentially, the Bhagavatam says, Ye anye ravinda vimuktamaniyas tvayasta bhava bhavasuddha buddha. The soul who goes to that position of liberation again comes to this world. Why? Still has not given up their independence from Krishna's service. So, okay, give me strength, Lord. So, neutral position is also not good. It still is a position of neutrality. Still you have not accepted Krishna's service. So from that position, the souls fall. But Krishna is so attractive. He attracts even the liberated souls towards his service. So tonight I wanted to speak about that. What's your goal of your spiritual practice? If I may ask.
I practice the Buddhism and fusion with the Vaishnavism.
Oh.
So in all the sutras I chant to Krishna.
But don't desire liberation.
I am a service.
Okay.
A service.
Service means beyond nirvana. Going beyond nirvana. That's what we should have called tonight's class. Going beyond nirvana. Nirvana is a neutral stage, like a deep sleep. No. The soul comes from there, this neutral place, the viraj. No. So from there one will again return to this world. No. So Krishna is so attractive, he attracts even the liberated souls from liberation. I want to tell one story about a great saint named Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami was born liberated. Actually, he appeared from the womb of Vyasadeva. Where's Chaitanya go? We went to his place yesterday. We're talking a little bit about Vyasadeva. So when Sukadeva, he spent 12 years in his mother's womb. The mother's womb is a not very nice place. So mother was very anxious. Oh child, please take birth. Please leave my womb. Give me some peace. Then the child in the womb said, no, I'm afraid of the material world. This is the world of duality. Duality means some separate desire from Krishna. This is the world of Maya. Maya means that which is not also Maya. So he was not willing to come out. Then his father, Vyasadeva, said, "My son, you come out, I promise you will not be captured by the illusory potency." Then Sukadeva said, "I don't believe you. If Krishna himself comes and promises me, then I will come out." So Vyasadeva prayed, Krishna himself appeared there. "My son, come out. I promise you, you will not be attached to this world. You will not be covered by my illusion." So when the child was born, immediately he became 16 years old. And immediately he went to the forest. Not looking at mother, not looking at the father. He just went fully naked.
Immediately he have 60 years old.
Great persons like in the heavenly planets, when the child's born, immediately becomes 16 years old. Not like this world, so much the child suffers and the mother suffers, but celestial world is not like that. No. So immediately he became 16 years old. So handsome. And he went to the forest. So Vyasadeva had many disciples, but he thought, no disciple is like this, so much detached from material existence. So Vyasadeva was chasing his son. As Sukadeva, his name was Sukadeva, was walking, there were many young ladies taking bath naked in one sarovar. So when they saw Sukadeva, who was also naked, but he not gave any attention to those girls. In Hindi is a bit of a joke. Ladki means young girl, and lakri means firewood. So for him, there's no difference between firewood and woman. He had no material vision, no material attachment. He's fully liberated from birth. This is called Jivan Mukta. They have a body, but liberated, even though in a material body. So when the girls, normally young girls, they see some man, they would feel very shy. But when they saw this boy have no interest, no lust, no desire, they also, no problem. They just kept playing. Then Vyasadeva was chasing him. Vyasadeva was very old, big beard, like a... When the young girls saw Vyasadeva, they became they covered themselves with it. Then Vyasadeva was amazed. What is this? I am like your grandfather's grandfather. So old. But when you saw my naked 16-year-old son, you felt no shame. But when you saw me, you felt shame. What is this? Then ladies, young girls respectfully replied, Vyas, you see this world. But your son does not see this world. Salava Kalavabhidam Brahma. For him, everything is spirit, everything is Brahma. So Sukadeva went to the forest and he was absorbed. This is called Atmaram. He does not need anyone. He does not need anything. He is satisfied in his own personal ecstasy, personal bliss. So Vyasadeva was always thinking how this person can come again to. He's the proper person to understand Krishna. There was no material contact. So Vyasadeva had many, many different associates. That there was one man who would catch birds in the forest. He was a hunter. So he came to Vyasadeva, Gurudev, I am doing many bad things. Give me some mantra to purify myself. So Vyasadeva taught him one verse describing the beauty of Krishna. Barhavitam, what is that verse? Oh, come on, I'm so tired. What is it? Come on, it's a famous verse. No one can help me? Bahavitam natavadavapu kanio kanikaram vipradkanak kapisam bhajayantim shamalam rendam adasuda adyapunet yatra brinde brindarim sapadaramanam pravashat gita kita. This is a beautiful verse describing Krishna's form. In the spiritual world, like we have our day, material day, Krishna has his spiritual day. But his spiritual day is eternal. Therefore it's called the Nitya Lila. This world is a shadow. Like we wake up, Krishna also wakes up. We brush our teeth, we eat, we do things. Krishna also doing things. But what's the difference? Krishna's day and Krishna's activities are eternal. His body never changes. And our activities are full of desire. We need things, therefore we're doing many actions, many desires we have. But Krishna has no desire, so his actions are all transformations of ecstasy. I heard a nice explanation Gurudev said. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, why a drunk man in a wedding, why he dances? Why? Too much happy. So why Krishna performs his activities? Too much ecstasy. Ananda Chinmaya. So Krishna's activities are not a material transformation like ours. We are hungry, we eat. We are tired, we sleep. But Krishna has a spiritual body, he has no hunger, no thirst, no tiredness. Why he does? Ecstasy. Therefore, Krishna's activity is called Leela. Every morning Krishna goes cow grazing, every morning. And all the gopis, they try to see his beauty at that time. And what they see, they describe. Barhabitam's, what is it again? Barhabitam natavara vapu. Kani o kani kara. Viprad kanaka kapisam bhajantim shamara. He has a garland made of 5 different types of forest flowers. Krishna never wear jewels and gold and silver. Always he wear things made of flowers. Twigs, mango twigs, different lilies. So he appears so much attractive at that time. He has a dark complexion, peacock feather in his crown. When he walks, Krishna not wearing any shoes. So the earth planet get the touch of Krishna's feet. The earth becomes so much jubilant, so much ecstatic. All the trees, we said before, all the trees are fully conscious and spiritual. Krishna has come up. So they, like great persons who bow down, they also bow down and offer their fruits, their mangoes and all type of fruits they give to Krishna. When Krishna walks past, there's so much happiness they cry, tears of honey. Oh Krishna, please take. When Krishna walks under them, they drop flowers. Like in big weddings, they throw flowers from helicopters and stuff. When Krishna walks under them, they drop even the trees have so much affection for Krishna. Those eyes which have not seen the beauty of Krishna as he enters the forest at that time, those eyes are useless, like the eyes on a peacock feather. Peacock feather has an eye but cannot see. Anyways, this describes the beauty of Krishna. So this hunter who was in the forest, then he was singing this verse. Because he only knew one verse. Guru only taught him one verse. Again and again he's singing, Badhabitam Natabada Bhukani Aukani. So Sukadev Goswami was liberated soul. He was meditating in the forest. This verse entered his ears. The beauty of Krishna. Then the soul's inherent attraction to Krishna awoke. We were talking the other night. Like a mango tree or an avocado seed have the full potency to make another avocado tree. So every soul has that potential to love Krishna. So when he heard this verse, immediately his attraction to Krishna awoke. He became like a mad person. He ran and grabbed the hunter. So beautiful, so attractive, but what are his qualities? Someone may be very beautiful, but not very nice person. I know I always give the example of Adolf Hitler, quite a good-looking guy, but that nice qualities are not there. So Sukadeva Goswami grabbed him. What are his qualities? Tell me about the qualities of this person. But these verses, these Sanskrit mantras, they're not just sound. Inside the mantra is the deity. So all these verses, Krishna is there in the form of sound. We hear but cannot understand. So what are the qualities of Krishna? He grabbed like this. What are his qualities? Even this verse not say the name Krishna, so he don't even know the name of Krishna, but he know the form, but nothing else. So this hunter became afraid and ran away, and he went to Yas. I chanted this verse and one mad person came out, completely naked, long hair. He grabbed me and shouted, what are his qualities? What are his qualities? Then Vyasadeva became very happy. Who can be so much attracted to Krishna like that? Only someone whose heart is pure. Right? Krishna means the all-attractive. But our hearts have so much rust and other rubbish, so we hear but no attraction. But one whose heart is pure, as soon as they hear, they're attracted. So Vyas taught him another verse. Now, next time this guy grabs you, you speak this verse. Aho bakiyam stanakala kutam. Jigamasi apiya sadvila. Lebidatram kato anyam kova salanam dayanam bhajana. Krishna, how kind. This verse is there. When Krishna appears in this world, don't think everyone becomes so happy. The demonic become very unhappy. So there was one witch. Okay. This is Sacred Valley. Everyone believes in witches and ghosts. I'm not here to explain. She was a black, what do you call it? Bruja. Putana. So she wanted to kill baby Krishna. Actually, Putana represents the false guru. Because as soon as Krishna appeared, she tried to kill him. So the false gurus of this world always try to kill Krishna. They talk about the Vedas, but they never speak where the Vedas come from. Who spoke the Vedas? What's the source of the Vedas? What's the goal of the Vedas? They speak everything, but they never speak Krishna's name. A false guru like Putana tried to kill Krishna, cover Krishna, cut Krishna out of the Bhagavad Gita. Oh, it's not to Krishna. God has no form. It's not to Krishna you have to explain. It's to the formless inside Krishna. All these type of explanations they give. So this witch, Putana, she wanted to kill baby Krishna. So she made herself into a supremely attractive woman. And she came into where Krishna was born in the village of Gokul. If you come in October with us, you can visit these places. Krishna's birthplace, all the way Putana was killed, all these places you can see what happened 5,000 years ago. Coming? You've been everywhere, but never to Vrindavan. Come in October. So Putana came, she was so beautiful, everyone became bewildered. Even Krishna's mother. Oh, this is Lakshmi, like the goddess of fortune, so beautiful, but she had no lotus in her hand. Maybe this is Krishna's mother, because Krishna is so beautiful, maybe this is her real mother. Everyone thinking so much. This is also Krishna's Maya. That time, Mother Yasoda was trying to make baby Krishna sleep. So there was one swing and she was pushing and singing some songs to make him sleep. Very hard to make children sleep, right? So many times Mother Yasoda sing many different songs to make Krishna sleep. So Putana came out, hey, chi. Such a beautiful child and you're keeping in a swing? You don't know how to be a real mother. That child should always be kept in your lap, always kept in your heart, always kept in the eyelids. It means always look at him. So she took baby Krishna out of the crib and began breastfeeding. But she was a witch. I guess what you call shapeshifter. She would change. She put very strong poison on her breast to kill baby Krishna by breastfeeding. So when she entered the room, Krishna was omniscient. So when she came in, Krishna closed his eyes. Why? Krishna acting like a baby. When baby's afraid, close eyes. So Krishna acting like a normal child, closing eyes. But really, Krishna was thinking, she's come as a mother. Where will I send her? What destination will I give her? So when Krishna sucked the breast, of course there was no milk. So of course baby doesn't get what they want, become angry. So Krishna pressed her breast to squeeze the milk out. And Krishna's grip is very strong. So very forcefully he pressed. This witch had the strength of 10,000 elephants. She was very powerful. But Krishna's pushing was so painful. She tried to push Krishna off with the strength of 10,000 elephants, but could not. Krishna means unlimited strength. She cried, child, leave me. She tried to push off, but one comes to Krishna. Krishna not give them up so easily. She felt so much pain, she could not maintain her bruha form. So she could not maintain her false form. She came in her original form as a bruha, huge. And she tried to run. Who will save me? Oh, my master Kamsa will save me. But as Krishna sucked her breast, he sucked all the poison, sucked out all her bad things, and took her life as well. At the time of death, what did she think about?
Everything that was going on in the moment, which was Krishna.
100%. So she achieved the supreme abode because she thought of Krishna at the time of death. So many people think Krishna is very cruel, killing a woman, but actually he gave her the supreme destination. And because she came dressed like a mother, then Krishna gave her that position. In the spiritual world, you'll be like one of my mothers. So Krishna is so kind. If someone comes to kill us, what will we do? Do unto others before they do unto you. She came to kill Krishna. No milk, no real affection, but she just pretended like her mother. So Krishna gave her the topmost liberation in the spiritual world. You be my mother there. Kim va Sailam Dayalam Bridging. Who could be more kind than Krishna? Who would take shelter or serve anyone else apart from Krishna? We're all serving. We're serving wife. How's that going? We give so much to people, but they kick us in the face. No matter how much we give, they're never satisfied. But Krishna's not like that. So Kimva Sayanam, who would serve anyone other than Krishna? He's so kind. It's in Krishna's qualities. So when Sukadev heard that, Krishna, he's not just beautiful, he's also very kind, very merciful. And he grabbed his hunter. Take me, I want to hear more. So that hunter brought Sukadev back to Vyasadeva, and then he said, I want to hear more about this person who's more handsome than Cupid, who wears a garland of forest flowers, who has night lilies in his ear, whose walking is like a dance. This verse which described. I want to hear more about this person, the Supreme Person. So what he heard, by hearing the Bhagavatam, the pastimes of Krishna, the qualities of Krishna, the name of Krishna, then what happened? Sukadeva Goswami gave up liberation and became servant of Krishna. So, Atmaramas Chamuneo, Negrante Piurukrami Kurvanti Hoitikim Bhakti Mitum Goto Bonohari. Krishna's all qualities, Krishna's form, Krishna's all activities, so attractive. Even the liberated souls give up that to become his servants. Are there any questions from anyone? So the soul comes to this world to forget Krishna, gets the kicks, and fortunate soul prays. And by hearing about Krishna, we have to hear about him. By hearing about him, you'll think about him. That is the power of Krishna's activities. Krishna says in Bhagavatam, why Krishna comes to this world, and why Krishna does many, many activities. So people who hear about it, they will become attached to him. So we have to hear. So Kirtan, what we're doing in Kirtan, hearing, when I chant Hare Krishna, you hear. Right? And then what you hear, you speak. And when you speak, then I hear. Shravan Kirtan. No, this is called Shravan Kirtan. Kirtan means to speak. No. But before you speak, you have to hear. But no one wants to hear, right? So by hearing and by speaking, like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, right? The leader or whoever sings. Then everyone hears, then everyone, what they've heard, they speak. That Shravan, that hearing becomes Kirtan. So Gurudev would say, who hears nicely can do Kirtan nicely. So by hearing and chanting, what happens? Remembering. Can I have a drink of water somewhere? Kunja, may I have a glass of water, please? Okay, so this is the real result of Kirtan, means remembrance. Remember Krishna. And if you remember him, then why you want to go to nirvana? Who's the divinity? Stick to Krishna. So in Bhagavad, so the soul have to go here, spiritual life, hearing and chanting about Krishna, or the soul has to go to material life, hearing and speaking about materialistic topics. So Krishna talks about what is the nature of those who have gone to the spiritual side. Krishna says, Mahatmanas tu mamam parta devim prakriti masrita. Devim prakriti. Prakriti means nature. Devim means the divine nature. Asrita means who takes shelter. So Krishna says, what are the symptoms of the great souls, Mahatma? One who goes away from Krishna called Duratma. They're running away from Krishna, they're called Duratma. And who go to Krishna, they're called Mahatma, the great soul. Mahatmanas tu mamapata devim prakritimasrita. Krishna says, what is the nature of the great souls who've taken shelter of my divine nature? Mahatmanas tu mamapata devim prakritimasrita. Bhajanti ananya manasa gyatva ma adbhutam avvaya. Krishna said, Bhajanti ananya manasa. Bhajan means to serve. Not everyone. Ananya manasa. They serve me with one-pointed devotion. They have no other thoughts, no other desire except me. Bhajanti ananya gyatva adbhutam avvaya. They know me as unchangeable and eternal. Satata kita yanto mam yatantas cha dudabrita. And this more simple. Satata kita yanto mam. Sata means always. Kita means kirtan. Satata kita yanto mam. Krishna says, pointing to himself. They always do kirtan of me. Satata kita yanto yatantas cha dudabrita. They're very determined in their vows. They're not changing their mind every 5 minutes. Should I eat fish? Should I not eat fish? No. Should I take drugs? Should I not? No. They're fixed. Like a lion in stone, you cannot wash it off. The great souls, their minds are fixed in their vows. Like we take some vows, like no take intoxication, including ayahuasca. Sorry, guys. No intoxication. These affect the mind, the consciousness. Material thing give material consciousness. Satatakita yantamam, sorry, yatanta chadrudaprata. They're very fixed in their vows. Namasyanti tumam nitam. They always bow their heads to me. Means not proud. I am God. No. I am servant of God. Servant is always humble. So, namasyanti tumam nityan. I can't remember. What is it? Namasyanti tumam nityan. Nitya yukta upasate. Upasana means to serve. Nitya yukta. Eternally they are connected with me through upasana, through service. So, ladies and gentlemen, try always. Prabhu Kohi Koila Mei Mahamantra, Sabajapagire Kohila Nibanda. Always chant this Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Don't think we made up this mantra. This mantra was not made up in the 60s.
Water is there.
Ah, yes. This is Vedic mantra. No? There's one book there made by Gurudev. It's in Spanish, sorry. That's all right. There Gurudev went and collected many scriptures, statements from the scriptures describing the Mahamantra. Things like 50 quotes there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Disadasaka Nam, Kalo Kalmasanasanam, Anyatanyulpaya Sarva Vedeshu Dushiti. If you look in all the Vedas, you'll find no better medicine to destroy the ignorance of this age of Kali than the 16-word, 32-syllable Mahamantra. Oh, so, Prabhu Kahi Koila Mei Mahamantra. Always chant this Mahamantra. Prabhu Kahi Koila Mahamantra. Sapachapagiya Koila Nibanda. Chant and keep count. Okay, I lost my japa mode somewhere. That's why devotees chant on the japa. And we can count how much I'm doing. Is my devotion increasing or is it going down? So try to keep some steadiness in practice. There is no rules. No. Any time, any place, any circumstance, day, night, pure, impure, sinful, not sinful. In Cusco, in China, in Vrindavan, no rules and regulations. Any place, lying down on the bed, Hare Krishna. In the shower, Hare Bol. Passing stool, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram. There's a story, I haven't told it for many years. There was one guy who never chanted the holy name. Never. No. He met the great Saint Narad. And Narad said, brother, you never chant? I can't, I'm too busy. From morning to night, I'm very busy. Children, wife, kids, all this stuff. I have no time for chanting. Really no time. Then Narad Muni said, but when you go to the bathroom, at that time you're free. The man said, yes, it's true. So at that time you chant. Of course, India, but I guess here also before now there's toilets in every house. But before, people have to go outside to the field, right? Garuda would call it the international bathroom. Now, when you go to the toilet that time, in India they take their little bottle of water and wash their ass and everything else. That time you're free. You have no job. The man said it's true. That time you chant. So the man, okay, early in the morning, took his can of water. Ram, 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 right? He chanted the name of Lord Ram. So he's there in the field, passing stool, Ram, Ram. So Hanuman was watching this, right? Today I was talking to this Dave guy. What's his name? Michael. He had a huge, have you know Michael? Have you seen his back? He's got the most massive Hanuman tattoo there. It's incredible. Anyway, so we're talking with him today about Hanuman. So whenever someone chants the name of Ram, Hanuman always goes there to listen. So Hanuman takes millions of forms because he cannot, no matter how much he hears, he's not satisfied. So he went, Ram, Ram. Then Hanuman became very angry. My God, look at this disgusting guy. He's chanting the name of my worshipful deity, my supreme Lord. Ramchandra, and he's passing stool at the same time. Son of a... So Hanuman, very strong. Hanuman went and gave him one kick. And Hanuman's kick so strong. When Ravan and Hanuman, you know a bit about Ravan and Hanuman? When they were fighting, then Ravan gave one punch to Hanuman. And Ravan, so powerful, he controlled all the devas. He controlled the whole universe. So he punched Hanuman. And Hanuman, for 2-3 seconds, he's also spinning. Very good, Ravan, very good. You have so much strength. Now taste my chapati. Okay. And Hanuman punched him, and Ravan was unconscious for many hours. When Ravan came to life, then Hanuman's disappointed in himself. Oh, you are still alive, that is my shame. So Hanuman's so strong. Jai Hanuman Gyan Gunasagara Jai Kapishchi Bokutara. Anyone have any problem and chant Hanuman's name? Hanuman always gives protection. At that time when Hanuman was fighting Ravan, he wasn't even angry too much. But this guy is so angry. So Hanuman gave him a huge kick. But nothing happened. This guy was, Ram. Nothing happened to him. And Hanuman was shocked. What's going on? So Hanuman was depressed. He went back to Ram. And he saw Ram lying on bed. Hanuman was, Prabhu, what happened? You should know. What do you mean? You kicked me. What? My name, Ram said, me and my name are not different things. So when that man was chanting Ram, Ram, my name, I was there. And you kicked him means you kicked me. Then Hanuman felt, I don't know why I told that story. What was the point?
To chant. Anytime.
Anytime.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Hell or heaven.
No
his theme
restrictions.
was chant, and also he attract the energy of Ram.
Huh?
This guy also attract the energy of Ram. Ravana. Yeah. No, sorry, I forget the name.
The name
Ram.
of Ram.
No, he's changed the name of Ram.
Ram.
and
So
also
Ram is there.
Protect his.
Ram.
Yeah.
So this name can be chanted anywhere. Not like Gayatri. These days many people give so much importance to Gayatri and other mantras. But Gayatri has so many rules of the Gayatri. Nowadays many women are chanting Gayatri. You hear them, no? But women who chants Gayatri, this is very bad for them. Why? Gayatri is feminine energy. Gayatri, one one gopi actually, in the highest sense. So man chants Gayatri. The mood of a man is to dominate, to enjoy, to exploit. This mood is very bad for devotion. So man chant Gayatri, then feminine nature come to them. They become soft, they become humble, they become with a service mentality. But if women chant Gayatri, the opposite will happen. Women don't need Gayatri. Anyway, so that's just a rule. Gayatri have many rules. If you don't face the correct direction, you don't at the correct time, mispronunciation, opposite result will be there. So all these other Vedic mantras have many rules, but Maha Mantra have no rules. Any place, any time, any circumstances. So anyway, by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, you will remember Krishna. And you remember Krishna where you go?
Vrindavan.
To Krishna. Krishna lives in Vrindavan. And Krishna 6 times in Bhagavad Gita says, one who comes to me never returns to this world. Okay, so what are you thinking about, Dave?
What am I thinking about?
What rubbish are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about how I could incorporate in the bathroom. Not like, oh, I'm going to the bathroom, but I'm like, I guess I spend time in there, like
There's
oil
a
pulling and
stance
walking
tomorrow
around.
morning when you go to the stool.
Could you see me thinking? Is that why you asked?
No, everyone's thinking some rubbish. Why not think of Krishna? Krishna says the controlled mind is the cause of liberation. The uncontrolled mind is the cause of bondage. So remember Krishna, liberation. Forget Krishna, bondage. So you have to make your choice. Okay, are there any questions, sir? You have any questions? Yes.
I have one question.
What's your name?
David or Yudamanyu?
Yudamanyu.
Yudamanyu.
Who gave you that name?
From my Beti.
Ah, Yudamanyu. That's Abhimanyu's name, right? Arjuna's son.
Yeah, Yudamanyu is one of the guys who is in
Abhimanyu.
the cars in the
Rathayatra.
yeah.
Okay, what's your question?
Yeah, my question is like this, but also you talk so many things, and I remember the questions I have, but I don't give so much time. The thing is like this. We know to Krishna is the supreme personality of God, yeah? But the things to I know, or the things to I listen, or I understand, is like in the moment to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming to this world in India, like 600 years or something like this.
532.
532 years. Yeah, he chanted Maha Mantra, but normally before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Hare Krishna mantra is a secret mantra.
No, it's not secret.
Or
it's
it's
there.
not secret.
It's there.
It's there, but it's not so popular or what. But I don't understand this thing, but so many say this to his secret and then he going to chant.
Maha
The
Mantra
others
is not
say
secret.
It's never secret?
It's there in the Vedic scriptures everywhere.
Yeah. And always exists the Maha Mantra
Always
in all the
exists.
yugas?
All the yugas. But
But normally in the India have so many names for so many gods and so many deities. Also I know to exist a Bhagavad Gita for the Durga, and she says something like the same, like Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita. I never read this book, but I know Shiva is people to talk me about these things. And the thing,
what's the question? You've got to stick to one question.
the question is, the Maha Mantra, the name of Krishna, exists every time,
Every time.
and every yuga repeat the same history, like, but
The
normally
name, different yugas have different processes to achieve the same goal of love of Krishna.
yeah.
Kritiyat Dhyato Vishnu. Kritiyat means in Satyuga. Everyone know about Satyuga? Brian?
I feel they need to know what is yoga.
Vedic time is divided into yuga. Yuga means age. So the first age is called Satyuga, golden age. People live 100,000 years. People have no sinful thoughts. They have perfect control over the mind and senses. We were talking yesterday. No need any books. They hear from Guru once, they remember. Before Vedas were never written, they were just spoken Guru to disciple. So people, that time it's recommended people to do meditation on Vishnu, Kritiyadhyato Vishnu. They could spend thousands of years meditating. No need to eat, no need to drink, no need to sleep. But the next stage is Dwapara Yuga. So the lifespan of mankind cut to 10,000 and womankind. 10,000 years.
Yeah.
Irreligion enter a little bit. People have a little pride, a little bit of attachment. So that time people had so much wealth that people would perform the big Vedic fire sacrifices. And one could achieve perfection by that. But in this age of no one can pronounce the mantras properly. Before they would sacrifice animal, they would chant the mantra, animal would come to life again. Their pronunciation was so perfect. They were so clean, so memories. Everything they had, so much wealth. But in Kali Yuga, we have no wealth. We have no memory. We have no lifespan. No one lives even 100 years. If I ask you in 1 month, what was this class about? You couldn't tell me anything. Forget everything. So in this age, the process is chanting the holy names. Because it's so easy, right?
Yeah.
Even a retardado can do it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. No need wealth, no need memory, no need pronunciation. Hare Lama, no problem. So Mahamantra is always there. It's always there. But in this age, prominence is given to chanting the name. But Hanuman also chant the name in Treta Yuga. But in this age, the name takes more prominence because, like I come from Australia. If I bring Australian dollars here, I can't buy anything. Right? So, meaning, what is practiced in other yugas and other periods of time, like Astanga Yoga. This is in Satya Yuga. People could sit in meditation for thousands of years. That's the goal of Astanga Yoga. Now, no one can do for more than an hour or 2 hours. So Astanga Yoga is not for this age, it's for previous age. But it's in the scriptures, so people practice it, cannot get the result. So in this age, it's recommended the easiest process is chanting the names. But Mahamantra, the name is always there in all the Vedas. But in this age, it takes prominence. Okay.
Another question.
Oh, yes.
I guess kind of two connected questions. The first one is, how do souls end up in Durga, in prison? And the second question is, can the prisoners escape if they're chanting to Krishna with the express reason of only escaping?
Should I give the class again?
Yeah.
The soul comes to this world because the soul does not want to serve Krishna.
Okay.
Other desire. Means, why should I? They don't understand that service to Krishna is in our own real self-interest. Why should I give him all happiness? I should seek separate and independent happiness. So desire for material enjoyment, for separate happiness, the soul comes to this world and captured by Durga. But when the soul has no more separate interest, no more material desire, when the soul only has one desire to serve Krishna, then this world cannot hold him. Then he goes back. She goes back. The soul's feminine. She goes back.
So that's at the moment of soul creation is when that happens.
We're using material language to describe something
okay.
which is completely inconceivable.
Okay. Now I understand, yeah.
Soul has no creation.
Okay.
But when the soul enters into karma, that time, when it happened, you cannot say. Time without beginning. When the soul falls into time.
Okay.
Because time is material. So you cannot say it began there. Because the soul's fall down was beyond time. So we do not say creation, we say time without beginning. Anadikal. Time without beginning.
Okay.
There's a book, Jaiva Dharma. You can download it for free. What we have in Spanish. Describe these things very clearly. So Durga has 8 arms. So she binds the souls in this world. But she is, therefore we said in the beginning, that the potency is one, but she works in 2 ways. For the souls who are liberated, have a mood of love for Krishna, she is Sri Radha. But the souls who have aversion to Krishna's service, some separate desire, That same potency is called Durga, and she binds. Anything else? Yes. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Sí, claro.
Las almas que escogieron
The souls to choose
irse para el lado de Krishna,
going to the side of Krishna,
exactamente dónde están,
exactly
o
where
ellos regresan
are
otra vez
there,
al mundo
or
espiritual.
they return to the spiritual world.
¿Hay algún nombre de quiénes son?
Exists a name for who is there.
¿Son las almas liberadas?
Is the almas, the souls who already have freedom? Is
Three
free?
type of souls. Three type of
Tres
souls.
tipos de almas.
The eternally liberated souls.
Las eternas y las liberadas.
They never come to this world. They never forget Krishna.
Ya no regresan a este mundo.
Always with him.
Siempre están con
They don't even know there is a material world. They don't even know there is a material
No
world.
saben que es un mundo material.
They're called the Nitya Siddhas, the eternally perfected souls.
Las eternas y perfectas almas.
Like Lalita, Vishaka, Sridham, Subal, Nanda, Yasoda. Hanuman. Hanuman.
Gurudev.
Also, so this is one type of soul, the eternally liberated souls. They never separate from Bhagavan. Never. And another type of soul is us.
Y el otro tipo de almas somos nosotros.
Please go.
Pisak.
Pisak.
Yeah, pero bueno,
Please go, please.
Piensa que es like Hogwarts, ¿no?
The souls who forget Krishna and are bound by material nature, we call the, well, the correct term is anadibada. Bound since time without beginning. We cannot say eternally bound. We cannot say the souls are eternally bound because eternally bound means they never get out. But we can get out. And there's a third type of soul, Bada Mukta, who was bound, but by devotion became liberated. So three types of souls. So we're trying to become the third type. Any question more? Yes, madam?
I've been hearing that from some devotees that Kali Yuga is almost finishing.
No.
I hear another ones that they say no, still no.
It's just warming up.
It's like, well, what about the time?
Bhagavatam says, Krishna Swadhamma Pagagyana Dharma Visaha. 5,200 years ago, when Krishna left, Kali Yuga began then. So 5,225 years ago.
and it is how many?
428,000 more years left.
Yes.
It's just beginning.
But it's a bonus on the Lorgoranga. Yeah.
If you chant the holy name, the Kali Yuga is like a paradise. So easy. Just eat food offered to Krishna, chant and kirtan. Like kirtan, so, I mean, when we sing, it's not very nice, but when Sachi sings, you forget everything. So easy process. So Kali Yuga just beginning now. Like Peru 100 years ago. How was Peru 100 years ago? Like this? America 100 years ago. How was America? Australia was the same. Day by day, religion increased in this age. So it's Kali dosa nidadadana es ekad hi ekad mahadguna. This Kali Yuga is an ocean of fault, but it had one amazing quality. Kirtana Deva Krishna said. Just by chanting Krishna Kirtan, Mukta Sangam Parambrajat. Just by chanting the name of Krishna, Mukta Sangam, one can get the association of high-class devotees. Parambrajat. Or Mukta Sangam means become free from all unwanted things. Parambrajat, and goes to the supreme abode. So easy process. Hare Krishna. Yes. Anything else? Yes.
Last question. It's also is perfect, but she made a question and also is perfect for the thing to what to say. Yeah. Also, I think I listened these things for so many different astrologies and people from different sampradayas. So many say we are in the final, but I'm thinking we are in the beginning. So it's a little mistake in the calculation. But the question is,
What scriptures say, that's things clear as day.
yeah, the question is that I have one friend who recited to his life in Colombia. Yeah, and he studied a lot of books, and he went to be in India so many times, and he's a friend for so many sannyasis. And the thing is to find a book, I don't remember the name now, but in that book say to normally in the final of in Kali Yuga come Kalki Avatar, but every 100 Mahayugas coming Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is real or this is I don't understand.
Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bharate bharata dharmasya abhutarmadaras tatatmajam srijamya. Krishna said, I appear in every yuga. Mm-hmm. So in every age, Krishna comes. Mm-hmm. Right? Therefore, Bhagavad Purana, the first canto, described the 25 scheduled incarnations of Krishna. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So Krishna how am I going to explain this? We already talked about Lord Brahma. Mm-hmm. Right? Brahma created this universe.
Yes.
Brahma lived 100 years. 100 years for him is millions and billions of years for us. No, let's start again. Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Satya Yuga. This is called one Mahadivya Yuga. I guess you can call Mahayuga. Mm-hmm. 4 yugas together is one Divya Yuga. It's like 4,320,000,000 years. Mm-hmm. 1,000 of these Divya Yugas is one day of Brahma. Do the math. What's 1,000 times 4 billion? 1,000 times 4 billion.
4 trillion, right?
4 trillion, 320 billion years.
Yeah.
That's one day of Brahma. For us. And one night means double that. What's that? 8 trillion.
8 trillion. Yeah.
So 8 trillion, 640 billion years is one day of Brahma. Brahma lives 100 years, then the universe, when he dies, the universe is finished. Everything enters again into Vishnu, then again he creates. So Krishna not come every yuga. Right? He come once in the day of Lord Brahma. Mm-hmm. That means once every, what was it?
8 trillion years.
Don't forget the night.
Something like that.
Oh.
One day of Brahma?
Krishna comes every day of Brahma once. Because this is only one universe, there's millions of universes. Yeah. So every day of Brahma, Krishna visits each universe once. And he stays for 16 years in Vrindavan. That means Krishna appeared yesterday, only 5,000 years ago, so recent. That's why even now, today, there's so much Krishna bhakti. You know Lord Ram?
Yeah.
Everyone know Lord Ram? Lord Ram appeared 16 million years ago. Krishna just 5,000 years. So he's asking about Lord Chaitanya. Krishna appears in every yuga, and in each yuga he gives the personal example of the process of the age. Like in Satya Yuga, Krishna comes in a white form and teaches meditation. That's Kapila Dev. Meditation is the process of that time. He appears in Treta Yuga in a reddish complexion. He teaches fire sacrifice. His name is Yagesh. So in Dwapara Yuga, Krishna personally came. And he taught the religion of just serving him directly. And this now Kali Yuga, normally one expansion of Krishna, one incarnation teaches this Hare Krishna in every age, but he's black. A blackish complexion. Krishna teaches Hare Krishna. But once in a day of Lord Brahma, Krishna personally comes in a golden form and teaches this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this golden form, normally it's just an incarnation of Krishna. But in this Kali Yuga, it's Krishna personally, with the mood of Radharani. Because if you want to chant the names of Krishna, who's the best guru of Krishna's name? That is Radharani. So Krishna comes in the mood of Radhika, in the mood of devotee, not in the mood of God. He comes in the mood of devotee. And special thing, In other yugas, in other ages, you chant Mahamantra, you can go only to Vaikuntha. But in this age, if you chant this Mahamantra, you can go directly to Krishna's personal planet. Therefore, all scriptures say this Kali Yuga is called Danya Kali. So much fortune. So much fortune. So become fortunate. Take it. So don't think Krishna come every what's the math again?
8 billion years or 8 trillion years. Yeah.
We have too much fortune.
Now we realize this is the reason to one day come one guru from India, he's a Vaishnava, and one guy say, I'm reading that book and that book, and he say, don't read any book, only chant Hare Krishna.
And why the gurus wrote so many books?
Yeah.
These books are not stopping you chanting Hare Krishna.
No, of course.
Giving you deeper understanding.
Yeah, but this guy read a lot, and he say, you read so much.
Don't believe everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't read any books, just listen to me. That's not very, that's not a very good approach. That's a warning sign. Don't get any knowledge, just believe what I say.
Red flag.
Just chant Hare Krishna and be happy.
Yeah.
But still, this knowledge not stop you chanting, this knowledge help you chanting.
Exactly.
So we're inviting everyone. Every year we have a festival, 1 month festival in Brindavan. 1 month, it's not like all these seminars here in Cusco. It costs $100 for the month, including accommodation, including food.
Just $100.
$100. It's not a business. So we're inviting everyone to come. October 17th. Yes, Loka Bhakti. You never came for Kati. Not talking. Why not coming?
I'm coming soon.
No, you've been saying that for years.
I know. I'll be there.
So we have a festival every year. This year begins on the full moon of October 17th. It's 1 month festival. This is Kartik Mas, Kartik month, right? Radharani's one name is Kartikeshwari. She's the presiding deity of this month. So this 1 month, we visit all the holy places in Vrindavan. It's a great festival. It's great. And it's 1 month. And it's every day.
Oh, wow.
It's every day. So we're inviting anyone who wants to come, just keep contact, right?
Sign up for that. You can do that.
There you can meet our gurus. They're not useless fellows like me. They're realized souls. So it's a really wonderful month. It's a really wonderful month. It's the topmost month in the topmost place. No place higher than Vrindavan. In the best association, the highest devotees. You can only win. And if you're not satisfied, we'll give you $100 back.
Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jaya Radha. Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jaya Radha Ramana Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna